effect hits you like a wave, a fresh new spin on the news you crave. Turn the page and you see the light, a different angle that feels so right. No more waiting for the truth to show. Every story starts to glow. Daily news in a way you didn't know. It's the ties effect that steals the show. Open your mind, let the colors flow. Daily news in a way you didn't know.
That I'd be back in just enough time, but good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. For those listening in over the radio airwaves at GCPR.live or through our Android or iOS app, welcome and thank you for listening in. And for everyone else watching and listening from all around the social media sphere, hey, how you doing? So glad you could come through. What's now, this is just a conjunction junction while out Wednesday. Okay. In all technicality, it is the last show of the week for this week. Because your girl does have to do a conference. Now, from a meeting that I had earlier today, and due to weather, there may be some changes to the conference. So I may bring you an extra show this week. I may not. I don't know. But given how my health has been going, hey, Infertile, we shall see. Now, we are going to get to, I know y'all love the end of the week with Fun News Friday, so I'm going to bring you a little bit of Fun News Friday on Wednesday. That's why it's Wild and Wednesday this week. But I'm also got some news to bring to y'all, and baby, ain't nothing to it but to do it. And you know what? If we're going to do it, let's start it off with a bang, okay? I got my ginger turmeric lemon tea. I got tissues. We're going to do this. Kicking it off. AG Todd Blanche tells Sean Hannity that Trump absolutely would have gone to prison if he didn't win in 2024. Hey, Annabelle. Hey, Mrs. Lyles. Let me run that back for y'all again because I don't think y'all heard me when I said this. AG Todd Blanche tells Sean Hannity that Trump absolutely would have gone to prison if he didn't win in 2024. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche told Fox News star Sean Hannity that President Donald Trump Sr. absolutely would have been sent to prison if he had not won the 2024 election. So doesn't that completely dissipate their argument that Trump was under political persecution? That the government was you know what? And let us not forget, because I'm going to keep reminding y'all that during his confirmation hearings, A1 Todd Blanche was asked if he was still working in the capacity of personal attorney for Donald Trump. And A1 Todd Blanche said that he was indeed still working in the capacity for the personal attorney for A1 Donald John Trump Sr. So let's keep it moving. Blanche talked about the litany of legal problems Trump Sr. faced during an interview on Hannity's Hangout podcast on Tuesday. Hannity brought up Trump was convicted on 34 charges in New York City before asking, so is it an accurate statement to say he either wins in 24, wins the White House, and it's either the White House or the big house? Blanche's answer? Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, Sigrid. Don't forget, he had a D.C. case breathing down his neck. He had the Florida case, which had been dismissed, but they were appealing it. And then he had a judge in New York who there's no scenario in which he wasn't going to send President Trump to prison. He didn't after the president won. I want you to remember, this isn't just conjecture coming from Todd Blanche. This isn't simple speculation. Todd Blanche was a part of each and every one of the legal teams that Trump Sr. had to put together. Trump was indicted virtually from coast to coast. He had Fulton County, he had Florida, he had Manhattan. Baby, listen, he was about to do a world tour of litigation. And let us also not forget, because Tassie Farms remembers, the infamous The Kraken had turned state's evidence against him. Another co-conspirator not only turned state's evidence against him, apologized and said, hey, I will join your team and help you file paperwork, write briefs, all this stuff. I got evidence. Let us not forget that the co-conspirators had already talked about the plans, gave up emails, gave up text messages, gave up voice notes, gave up videos. He was cooked. Okay? He was on that rotisserie like it was a pig roast in the midst of summer. He came pre-packaged, pre-unpackaged, and pre-seasoned. Todd Blanche was there for its whole. He's not just looking at court documents going, well, I think this could have happened. No. And also, I want y'all, this is what I talk about, putting the puzzle pieces together, okay? We sitting at the table. You got your puzzle pieces, I got mine. You got yours over there? Okay, let's put them all together. Let's look at the whole picture right now. Remember when Steve Bannon joked about if Trump didn't win, they were all going to prison? Remember when Elon Musk joked about that if Trump didn't win, they were all going to prison? Y'all see it? We can see clearly now the rain is gone. Yep. Hey, DJ. Blanche continued, the consequences of 2024 for this country are priceless, but for him and his family, also priceless. The consequences for the country we're going through, we are reaping what the minority sowed. And I'm not talking the racial minority. I'm talking about the ideologic minority. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Hannity followed up by asking if there was a Justice Department probe into grand juries that targeted Trump. Blanche confirmed there is. So Blanche confirmed on national television that the federal government under Donald Trump is weaponizing itself against those that did their job, that properly took him through the litigation system, through the judicial system. Okay. Now I want to go back to the ideological minority in this country. I need y'all to finally learn history. Again, you can go to Linktree /CincyTaz. You can click the link in my bio if you're watching and listening from around social media, okay? Take a proper history class with all the context. Because there are people who rightfully so, but for the wrong reasons, argue that the racists in this country have always been the minority, which on its face is true. The problem is the naysayers, the bystanders, that get somebody else to do the work has allowed things to get back to where it is. Once again, we are being controlled by the smallest portion of society. We are being controlled by the smallest portion of society. Why? Why? Because this is not human nature. Why do you like living this way? Right now, we have a sitting POTUS with his regime, and yes, I will continue to call it a regime, in front of our face, telling us that they're weaponizing the federal government, telling us that they don't give a damn about our economic or physical or mental health statuses. 3, laundering money in front of our faces. 4, paying one another off in front of our faces. And 5, avoiding accountability and consequences in front of our faces. Now, if y'all want to keep saying law and order is not a dog whistle, prove it. Take it from the category of dog whistle and put it into the scope of reality, meaning that it is now equitable. Prove it. And those of y'all that love to wear the moniker of whiteness and you love to sell the lie that whiteness is saviorhood, prove it. If you all are the harbingers of society, etiquette, and all of these things, prove it. Rectify the shit and rectify the shit post haste. Now, if you remember, I informed you all that the slush fund is no more. Trump had to put up or shut up, and he was like, if I give them what they asking for, everybody gonna know that I'm a liar. We already know, Trump. But here's something to add to the slush fund going away. And while everybody's focusing on the slush fund going away, Trump family IRS immunity quietly moves forward as slush fund pronounced dead. Yeah, let that marinate for a minute. The Trump administration is pressing ahead with a legal agreement that permanently shields President Donald Trump Sr., his family members, and his businesses from any IRS probes predating the deal, even as the controversial $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund that emerged from the same settlement has been effectively killed off. This is according to Bloomberg. Under the deal, the IRS is forever barred from pursuing any claims related to Trump tax filings that predated the settlement, according to Bloomberg. A person familiar with the matter told the outlet that the decision to shelve the fund does not affect the audit immunity provision. The fund, created last month renamed and repurposed last month as a part of a settlement of Trump's lawsuit against the IRS over the leak of his tax returns, drew immediate bipartisan fire. Critics labeled it a taxpayer-funded slush fund that could enrich Gen 6 defendants who received presidential pardons. Now, that in all technicality is true, but let's not forget, within the language of the slush fund before it died, one, it was technically a downgraded settlement agreement for Trump, even though in all technicality Trump lost in court. So Trump will receive the funds, have to pay taxes on it, and then those that the funds were dished out to would also have to pay taxes on it. That was the first caveat. Second caveat was the way they worded it is that it was specifically for anti-abortion activists that blocked access to abortion clinics. But here's the thing. The purported tax document leaker is in prison. Trump is trying to push this forward as if he didn't receive justice. Justice was served. Justice was served. Although the person just fulfilled Trump's verbal contract with the country. So in all technicality, I don't believe that he should have been prosecuted, let alone convicted and sentenced. But I digress. But this person they're in prison. They're in prison. But why do you need to cement a deal where nobody can investigate you, your family, nor your businesses forevermore? Like, the proof is on, like, look, the writing on the wall is outlined, highlighted, bolded, underlined, circled with arrows pointed at it. Okay. Trump, you're not gonna make it. Okay. The clock is the batteries in the clock are burning down. Okay. The hourglass is running out of sand. Plus, we haven't seen you in another 7 whole days. The last time you disappeared off camera for 7 whole days, you came back looking like melanoma whooped your ass. I'm not saying she did, but you was more battered and bruised than anything. And I saw a picture from Trump leaving one of his little golf courses. And I know he didn't know that the flash would pick up his face behind the tinted window or one of the official vehicles. He looks haggard. He looks haggard. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I really, truly am not right now. I'm not making fun of him right now. But one, we all get to that point when we don't feel well, where you look like you don't feel well. Okay. Number one. Number two, he's older. And we've been around old people that just look like they tired of life. I'm not saying that they're suicidal. That's not what I'm saying. These are two different things. If you know, you know. Where somebody just look like for that moment, that hour, that day, they just tired of life. They done had enough. They done seen enough. They don't want no conversations that day. Drop off what you need to drop off and keep it pushing. And I really need people to report on this now defunct. Well, this suspended, because that's what they did. They're treating this fund like they do their campaigns. We're going to suspend it for now because they're not saying that this will forever be a done deal. But this was not a newly created anything. Just like when I was explaining to y'all about Doge, where they took an already existing committee, renamed it and repurposed it and put Elon Musk in charge of it. This anti-weaponization fund, hey Sabrina, was already a fund that existed. It was renamed and reappropriated. There's consistently been a fund for people that you could apply for if you felt that you were wrongfully prosecuted by the Department of Justice, if you feel like they weaponized, if they came after you in a vindictive manner, or if you felt like the prosecution was too, it already exists. There is nothing new coming out of the White House. Let me remind you all yet again, Trump is the grand poobah, if you will, of branding and rebranding. He took his grandmother's company, Mary Trump and Sons, rebranded it into the Trump Organization. He rebranded himself how many times? Because for far too long, too many of y'all believe that he got a small $1 million loan and built this company. No, he didn't. He took his inheritance and sued his relatives out of their portion of the inheritance of the company and took it over. It was a family company. There was no little $1 million loan from his father. No, his father kept bailing him out at $1 million at a time. I really feel like people pushing Trump should be charged with elderly abuse. Here's the thing. Why does everybody believe that other people are pushing Trump? Have we forgotten who Trump is? Nobody told Trump to begin his campaign this time around. Trump Sr. embarked in, to date, the longest in U.S. history presidential campaign. Nobody told him to do it. Nobody tells him to lie. Nobody tells him to do the things that he's doing. Why have we come together and decided that he's being pushed to do what he's doing now? Even if they told him 101 times, this would be better for you to sit down, he's not going to do it. Like, why do we keep pretending he isn't who he is? That he doesn't have the ego that he had. His ego is so grandiose that no sooner than he tells the lie about himself, no sooner than he comes up with the lie about himself, he instantly believes it. And I think it has more to do with how society in the United States specifically has positioned people of a certain age. Because I really want y'all to think about why too many of us in the United States treat people who have lived more life than all of us, been through more things than us, more heinous things than us, have lived through incredible transitions of history. The same things that people are getting upset and using as a badge of honor, because we've seen younger generations go, you need to put some respect on us. We lived through this and we lived through this and we lived through this and we know what's going on. Yeah, so did these older people, plus more. But you treat them as if they're stupid. These are people who have adapted to technology that they couldn't even fathom. Even in their entertainment pieces, their comics, their movies, their television shows, it did not prepare them for the world that they're living in right now. And they've adapted. And y'all go, oh, go check on grandma. She might fall for that scam. 9 times out of 10, the people falling for these scams are not the elderly. They position it that way to get you, the non-elderly, to pay for these services that do nothing to help the elderly. We really have to get a hold on that. And that's part of what I mean by deconstructing from the BS that we're fed. Because I want you to really think about it. Think about Ruby Bridges. Would you look at Ruby Bridges and go, you know, we gonna need to go check on her. I think she'll fall for just about anything because of her age. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, because you know what she's already lived through. And you know that, and you respect that because she's in the history books, but you know there's other little kids that went through that and more right alongside of her. We sit here and look at folks that we love to, with our whole chest, talk about how they came over here on a raft with $2.50 in their pocket. Hey, Nana J. Or people who, hey, way to go. Or came over here, you know, at 11 years old, all by themselves, made it out the mud. But then you think that because they hit 70, now they about to be manipulative? Baby, they done lived through not having a proper FDA. They went through not having a Department of Education. They went through, you better be in a union. They went through not having work weeks and 8-hour work days. And at 12 years old, they would let you work in the coal mine. Like, they done lived through some stuff, but now you want to act like they can't get it together? I asked him to prove he was really him. He said, hee. Way to go. You're too funny. Yes, he has been going downhill. But Trump and his ego and narcissism doesn't go away because of dementia. Dementia, Alzheimer's, it freezes someone in time. It freezes them in time. I've taken care of people with dementia and Alzheimer's. I've worked like family members, and I've worked in hospitals with them. People don't forget to be narcissists. People don't forget to have big egos, just like they don't forget to be racist. A good person never forgets to be a good person. Therefore, an evil person never forgets to be an evil person. It's somebody who has lied to themselves that they are the goodest boy ever and that everybody must bow down to them. That's one thing he's never going to forget. So again, who's pushing him? We've heard the stories from hospice nurses talking about the last minute confessions of racists who knew from the beginning what they were doing was wrong, and they held secrets until the last minute, and they believe that if they confess to anybody, they'll get into whatever pearly gates will take them. They don't care about a religion or a denomination then, but they talk about the egregiousness that they did. And there are people right now in nursing homes, in hospice, that ain't forgot that they supposed to hate a melanated person, that they supposed to hate a woman, that they supposed to hate a gay person, that they supposed to hate a trans person. Going downhill does not mean somebody becomes docile and easy to manipulate. More times than not, it makes them harder to manipulate and subdue. And this is why sometimes I kind of laugh and go, you know what? The United States just likes to experiment on people by any means necessary, because giving people calming medicine when it comes to dementia and Alzheimer's, because they're like, oh, mom became combative. Mom became combative because to her right now, you're a stranger. Her brain has reverted to her childhood where you didn't exist. And you're coming in trying to argue with her that you're her daughter, and she believes that she's 12 years old. Yeah, she's going to get combative. When I was a chaplain, I encountered that. Yeah. And I'm like, they don't need a medicine for that. You got to put on your big boy, your big person pants and suck it up. I used to have these arguments with cousins of mine that wanted to argue with my grandmother because she got to a point where she couldn't remember who they were. And they want to be butthurt and mad like she was doing something to them. No. Sometimes you got to suck it up and remember every damn thing ain't about you. It's about the person going through it. I have a friend who recently lost their spouse to cancer, and my heart continues to go out to her. But there were times I wanted to punch the shit out of her, because as people were reminding folks to do things the way he wanted them done and to keep him in mind, he ain't the only one going through it. Yes, he is. You're going through your emotions regarding losing that person. That person is dealing with their own mortality and the pain that's attached to it. And that's why I get so pissed off at parents who have children that are autistic, and they make their whole personality their child and exposing their child and acting like their child is a certain way. Just like I have to remind people, I joke about the things that I live with because it is frustrating for me at times. Because a lot of people don't, no matter how many times I remind them, I can't hear, I can't do certain things. They just ignore that shit for their comfort. And I joke to keep from cussing people out at times, but then I realize they put me in a position where I come off as completely hopeless and helpless, as if I need somebody to walk me through the day. And I have to remind people that's not the damn case. But you put people in a position because, one, your whole personality becomes what that person is going through. And two, you want the person going through stuff to pause it and cater to you. The one thing that completely broke my heart is when my mother knew that it was coming to an end. She knew she had about a year left. She sat us all down and said, don't put me in a corner, meaning don't prop me up, don't tokenize me, don't make me seem a certain way, and forget that I am a person. Let me live life until I can't live it again anymore. And what did they do? Let them tell it. They went through so much and nobody considered what they went through. They couldn't tell you a doctor, a medication, a no, nothing. The days that she was at rock bottom and just wanted to rest, they didn't care. They wanted to parade all their friends around because look at my relative that's dying and give me all the things because I'm losing a relative. And they also tried to treat her as if because she was dying that her brain didn't work anymore. Like, not only has she lived all this life, but now she's living a portion of life that the vast majority of us will not live or experience. And they're trying to tell her, no, you're not feeling that. No, you don't mean that. Do you understand what that means? You sure you understand? Can you sign off on that? Can you go F yourself? We got to deconstruct from that stuff. We really do. We give more credit to children that are just starting off in life. Oh, they're so smart. They're so this, they're so. We'll leave kids to their own devices for them to figure stuff out. But the people who done been there, done that, and paved the way for us and shown us who they are unequivocally, We treat them like they're infants. I don't know how this country got so ass backwards, but that's where we are. That is where we are. And also, let's keep in mind who folks really are. George Floyd prosecutor slams Derek Chauvin moment of silence. A moment of silence for convicted former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin at the Minnesota Republican Party's state convention has sparked sharp criticism from Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, who led the prosecution that secured Chauvin's murder conviction in the death of George Floyd. If you are still a Republican to this day, I do not want to hear shit from you. I understand more than most people that the Republican Party is a culmination of factions that rarely ever, if ever, get along. If you think I'm joking, I have a whole series breaking down the different factions from the beginning to current present day on Substack. You can traipse on over there, okay? At Taz J. But here's the thing. For the Republican Party to always want to go back to Abraham Lincoln, and I need y'all to let go of the lie that Abraham Lincoln was a part of the Republican Party. Not when he became president. He tried. He created his own political party that dissipated after his death. And if you got to go back to the 1800s to say, yeah, we're so inclusive, we love everybody, we're not racist, but at a Republican event, there's always some racist stuff going on. You're racist. And don't say, well, I don't agree with it, but I just didn't speak up, because you're racist. If you're more afraid of correcting a racist than what racism turns society into, you're racist. A moment of silence for convicted former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin at the Minnesota Republican Party's state convention has sparked sharp criticism from Minnesota State Attorney General Keith Ellison. According to The Guardian, the brief tribute took place on the second day of the party's convention in Duluth, where delegates reportedly observed roughly 10 seconds of silence after a request from the convention floor. The gesture came days after the 6th anniversary of Floyd's death, a date that continues to hold deep significance in Minneapolis and across the country. A moment of silence is generally attributed to pay homage to someone who is no longer living. So 6 days after the anniversary of the death of George Floyd, someone requested, and that request was honored by having a moment of silence by a mofo that's locked up. But I want you to really take in that these are the same people that say that it's Black folks predominantly that are violent, that are in prison, and that we pay honor and uphold violence and debauchery and savagery. I want you to think about something. I want you to think about what merch do we have? What merch do we have propping up prolific black criminals? What movie series do we have dedicated to prolific families and legacies of violence and crime? What crime families do we have in the Black community? What code of ethics from crime families that are Black has seeped into the interweavings of society? Because that whole no children, no women thing, yeah, that's mob life for you. When are we holding moments of silence for people who murder folks live and in living color? A lot of y'all are focusing on the fact that this convention was held in Duluth and not the fact that this is a Republican Party event. I want you to think about the political parties and or ideologies that you find yourself aligning with. And if you got to the point where you were a delegate or you wanted to go to a convention, do you have to live in that area to go to the convention? Some of y'all miss the forest for the leaves, not even the trees, the leaves. Y'all keep equating certain places with the racism. And this is why certain people to this day don't believe that they're living around racism or that they're racist. Pay attention to this is a convention. This is something people chose to do. They packed their bag, they paid their money, they got hotel rooms, Airbnbs, Ubers, taxis, flights, trains, you name it. And they went. And they went. Floyd's daughter has to go to private school because adults still want to harass a child. And that's another thing that tickles me. Back in the day, I'm Gen X. If you did something, and it really didn't matter how old you got for a period of time, folks are quick. Where your mama at? Where your daddy? Where your granny? I know your granny. I'm about to call her and tell her what you're doing. Nowadays, it's you do something, they want to run tell your kids. What the hell is my child going to do? I got adult kids. But even still, what is my child going to do? If I do anything egregious, they're going to cut contact, as they should. But what are they going to do? Come whoop me. Cut me out of their inheritance? Like, what? Allison responded with a strongly worded statement, arguing that recognizing Chauvin in that manner ignored the lasting impact Floyd's death had on his family and community. This decision dishonors the memory of George Floyd and wounds his loved ones all over again, Ellison said. But I'm going to drop something on y'all real quick. All of these people that still have George Floyd jokes, that want to make these public spectacles of, yeah, let's have a moment of silence for Chauvin. Let's bring up Derek Chauvin during this podcast interview or on the news. Don't go visit Chauvin. They don't put money on his books. They did not pay for him to have an attorney. They did not write letters to try to get him out of prison. They have not petitioned for him to be pardoned. I want you to keep that in mind when I tell y'all that racist, hate marginalized, melanated folks. We know that. But they hate us because they need other people to think that we're horrible so that they can continue to steal from us in plain sight and commodify. Who they really truly hate is one another. The hierarchy of race was never intended for a community to sit on top of it, a family to sit on top of it, a couple to sit on top of it. It was created for one person to sit on top of it. That dog-eat-dog world, that rugged individuality mentality is what white folks love to tell white folks. Meaning, you gonna help me get ahead. You think I'm joking? Watch Shark Tank. And I know you're thinking, Taz, what do you mean? Watch Shark Tank. I want you to think about all of the capital that these people already have before they go on Shark Tank. These are people who really don't need investors. These are people already making millions of dollars in profit. Have you ever sat and thought, like, why are they here? And white folks sit there trying to out-negotiate other white folks out of their hard-earned money, out of their hard-earned work, out of their blood, sweat, and tears. And they get upset. And then they started doing like, where are they now from Shark Tank? So that the investors can gloat on who wasn't successful without them. These are the same people who will look you in the face and lie to you. I want you to say, because I know we say there's no such thing as an ethical millionaire or billionaire. There's exceptions and outliers to everything. But we can get into that later. I want you to think about when white people give advice on how to make it rich and when non-white people give advice. White people act like it's as simple as just don't buy anything nice for yourself. And all of a sudden, you'll be swimming in the money like Scrooge McDuck. Melanated people are like, no, It's about being in the right room with the right person, having a good product. It doesn't have to be a new product. You can reinvent the wheel and get here, like they'll tell you all the ins and outs. White people will set the other white people up for failure. Come buy my course, and after 67 years of taking my course, you'll wake up in heaven and be rich. Kyle Rittenhouse did what he did because he was pumped up. Y'all remember, because Tazzy Farms remembers, he was pumped up by all the little racist subgroups. You can do it. Yeah, we got your back. Go ahead. We got. They couldn't even get him into college. He had dreams of going into the military. Couldn't get into that. They left him destitute and damn near dead. But they still utilize his name. There are people right now making money off of his name, but when he had to go to the hospital because of that spider bite, nobody put money down to make sure he was going to be cool. They wouldn't even get him a Band-Aid from the Dollar Tree. Charlie Kirk. Did y'all see the video of his wife gloating? We sold all the merch. It's the biggest crowd we ever had. Her husband still isn't buried. Her husband is sitting in somebody's freezer right now. He's in the Frigidaire next to the ice cubes. Yes, I'm being facetious. Roll with the joke. And she's monetizing off his name. All these people now who never knew who he was, they want the ability to weaponize and use his name to help preserve and protect whiteness. But let's say that Charlie Kirk didn't own. He wasn't sitting at the top of TP USA, aka Tapusa. Do you think that they would have actually given any money to Erica Kirk? No. And before you go, Taz, you don't know that. Y'all remember Butler, the infamous ear incident? You do know there was a man who decided to celebrate his wedding anniversary with his wife up on stage with his hero, Donald John Trump Sr. He lost his life. He was tokenized. They claimed that they had his official fireman uniform, but his name was spelled wrong on it. How does wife pay for his funeral? How's his wife been managing all this time? Who helped out with the extra unexpected expenses that happened? So as they're sitting here going, yeah, we're going to stick it to the darkies by having a moment of silence for Derek Chauvin. And I want y'all to think about this. This is why so many people say, well, if they're doing this in public, imagine what they're doing behind closed doors. The exact same thing. The reason why they say that is because this is what they're doing behind closed doors. They're doing what they're ashamed of doing out in the open, but everybody isn't like that. And why do I say that? Real quick, there's a couple. It's going live over on TikTok. And there's some people who are, I'm going to say it, way too damn sensitive. And all of a sudden they believe everything is abuse, to the point where abuse victims are not going to get help. Little boy was acting out, father on his butt. All the witnesses said that, okay? I'm not putting my own life experience in it. I'm not downplaying any. Multiple videos, multiple angles, multiple people who were there recanting the story. They're trying to be dramatic about it, but when you actually listen to the words that they're saying and watch what they say, that's what he got on his diapered behind. He tried to be dramatic, like, oh, I see people looking at me. Let me turn it up. We know how toddlers go. No, I'm not making excuses for anybody. I'm painting a picture. And the father got red in the face and was like, that's not what we finna do here. You know better. You know not to act out in there. Just because these people around here, you're not about to sit up here and act like we in this car killing you. People got it. And people like, well, they stayed because people were saying that they was going to call the cops. And they was like, well, we'll stay and talk to the cops because we can discipline our kids. And you don't want our kids turned into mass murder. Well, I can only imagine what they're doing behind closed doors, raising a child. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Because when you get the opposite, the people who raised Mackenzie Shirilla, then y'all sit there going, well, why weren't they disciplined? You got to realize, and let me say this, and I want y'all to hear what I'm saying and don't get in your feelings about it. You got to raise kids as those kids show you who they are. I'm not saying that's Igor. That's my couch skeleton. And I'm not saying go out here and beat kids and be cruel to them and say crazy stuff to them. No, there's something like I have a sibling. Only physical consequence is the only thing that would get through to him for so long. And I promise you, if my parents would not have figured that out and did what they did, my brother would be a damn menace. I'm not gonna lie. I have a sibling that, oh yeah, he would be, and I'm not being facetious. I'm not saying like, oh, he would annoy people. No, with his intellect and his size and stature, he would be a detriment to society. He would not be safe for anyone. And my parents were like, yeah, talking to him don't work. Having other people talk to him, taking things away, nothing would work. My parents would have to physically get him and sit him down and look him in the face. Like, look, do you like being constrained like this? No, I don't. Let me go. I want to do what I want to do. Guess what? You will never be able to do what you want to do because not only will they put you behind bars, but if you do certain stuff, they'll shackle you to stuff. Like they had to break it down for him like that. I had a cousin that and this is also my brother that suffered what could have been a very life-altering incident because he wouldn't listen. He was one of them kids you tell him like fire hot. He's like, I don't care, I'm gonna touch it. But I had a cousin. No matter what you did or said, was gonna do what they wanted, most dangerous stuff. From a very young child, we had to on the hand. Stop. And even to this day, almost 60 years old, to get them, you gotta like not fuck up and mink them. But yeah, like I need y'all to stop. Everything is not damn abuse. And you gotta realize some kids, until they can vocalize, just like kids will throw a fit, all these other stuff. Stopping a child that cannot process to say things, what makes you think that they're going to process to understand? Sometimes you got to pick somebody up and sit them and take them and point and go, see this? If you do that, they get to back to you. Sometimes you got to do that. I'm not saying hit the kid. I'm saying show them, like with your hands with something else. I'm sure y'all have seen the videos with the parents trying to get the kids to eat and the kids want to fight and they take little stuffed animals and go, look, this stuffed animal hit this stuffed animal for no reason. Guess what? This one gets to hit this one back. You keep just randomly hitting people, they get to hit you back. And the kid go, oh, that's how that go. When we sit here and talk about, hey, there's way too many people out here that ain't never been punched in the face. Yeah, some of y'all raising them kids. You can't sit here and give people the impression that consequences will never come to them. Now, I have reminded some folks that on Tazism.com, I have 8647 merch. Couple people commented, you can't sell that. That's treasonous. You can't threaten the president. I didn't say kill him. And if you look at the merch, it doesn't say anything about death. But a federal judge says, screw you and your logic. For so many people to say they're anti-Trump, y'all always trying to protect him. Federal judge rules anti-MAGA protest group can keep flying 8647 flag. Suck on it. A federal judge on Monday ruled protesters criticizing President Donald Trump Sr. in an ongoing demonstration near the National Mall in Washington, D.C. cannot be forced to take down a flag reading 8647, concluding there is no indication it should be taken as a threat to the 47th president's life. for an administration that does so much posturing, that claims that they're the best, biggest, bravest, most lethal to ever do it. Got it from his white. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's some people you got to show. But how is this administration the most lethal, the biggest, baddest, blah blah blah, always acting like somebody trying to take them out? Baby, y'all are simple. Okay, and y'all like to broadcast to us where you're going, at what time, who's gonna be with you, and y'all like to engage in stupid stuff far too much. Y'all act like y'all ain't never had friends and ain't never been out the house before. And I'm saying this as somebody with a touch of agoraphobia, with a few friends that have agoraphobia. So when we get out the house, we can't seem like some kids. Okay, we are very awkward. But think about this administration. They get out and they get around people. If somebody wanted to off them, maybe they would have been gone. I was the violent kid in my family. You know what? Yankee. Jesus. U.S. District Court Judge Randolph D. Moss wrote in his 21-page opinion that the flag and its message are protected speech on behalf of Accountability Now USA, a group that has been legally protesting near the Capitol on a 24-hour basis for the past 6 months. And here's the thing. I'm going to say something, and some of y'all going to get it, some of y'all not. Some of y'all going to go kicking and screaming because some of the famous people, well, some of the people who are becoming famous because of things, you're going to get mad. Okay, because what I'm about to say. The protests, the demonstrations, the litigation, and the lobbying that actually works, you will not know in your lifetime who's behind it most often. Other generations will find out, depending on the career fields they go into. Because a lot of y'all did not know about this protest going on, but you know about the No Kings protest. And the reason why I say that is because the most effective protests, you're not talking about them publicly. People aren't having whole photo shoots and all of these theatrical videos surrounding it. I want you to think about civil rights era. I want you to think about who really got the job done. And before you start naming off people who were notable, I need you to stop. I need you to think about those pictures. I want you to think about who showed up in dress shoes and suits and their Sunday best and looking like they're going to an interview. And I want you to think how long they would have been able to last at a march, in a protest, at a rally. And I want you to think about all the other people you see that look like they're in the worst clothes that they had in their closet. They look a little scruffy. Those are the people that picked up the pieces after the shiny ones went away. Those are the people that kept up the fight long after the headlines and the newspaper reporters and all the media outlets left. Those are the people that continue to lobby the courts, lobby the politicians, write the legislation and slip it to the politicians and go, you know what, you can just tell them it was your idea. The problem with the push towards equity today is that too many people are fighting to be the face. This is why there's so much perceived infighting. It's not infighting. They want you to listen to them and prop them up. It's about who can get the most speaking engagements, the most interviews, who can be centered at the protest. Okay. Which one of y'all were lobbying? Who wrote the legislation? Okay. And now that most of the country knows who you are, where do we send our campaign donations? Because you got to be willing to be a paid civil servant. I mean, presumably you acting like you walking around being a civil servant for free right now. So why not get in there and do the good work? Oh, because the only thing they want to do is be the mouthpiece, the poster boy, the poster girl, the face of the movement. Because it is 2026, and I cannot tell you how many times people go, oh, that's who really did the work down there. Oh, that's how that litigation came to be. Oh, that's how we got that legislation. Yes. It's like I tell you, y'all were so gung-ho for protest because they sold you the lie that the Montgomery bus boycott is what caused the change. It's not. It's not. The bus company was willing to go broke. They were about to file for bankruptcy. They were willing to shut down, and the drivers, mechanics, janitors, office workers were all willing, you hear me? Willing to be unemployed to keep the Negras off the bus. Removing our money will cause companies truth to be told for them. Yes, it will. Removing money causes the truth to come out and other people be willing to join the cause because now they can't deny the truth. Okay? Okay. Actual change comes from lobbying and litigation. Protesting is a distraction. Protesting was meant to distract so that we would be able to get into the courthouses when we weren't always allowed to get into the courthouses. So we could get into certain places while they were distracted over there. I want you to think about when you were growing up, how many community centers were out there? How many community pools were out there that are no more? They will take things away from themselves and suffer and complain about that suffering just to make sure a black body doesn't have it. Let me also remind y'all, they complain about the prices of all these amusement parks, most notably Disney. Disney and other amusement parks exist because what you know as a pay to play amusement park used to just be the county parks. But why did they stop that? Because we're not going to share it with them donkeys. These are the same people who took their hard-earned money and preemptively sued people that don't exist regarding situations that didn't happen and will not happen because folks know who can't stand them. Okay? Just like we had the Green Book, we have networks where folks not you getting married, don't go to Lily's bake shop because you know they don't like us. They not nobody's going there. They spent thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to never recoup that money. There's a woman right now going semi-viral on TikTok, lying about a situation she had living in Michigan. She paid for a membership that she claims she's giving up. The place that she bought a membership from, they're like, nope, we're not reimbursing you. Ain't nobody giving her no money. They're willing to lose money, their homes, their everything for the sake of racism. That pool was there my entire childhood and family. Yep. I watched it pull across the street. Hold on. From my grandma's house, closed as a teenager. Yep. Like people forget that. And I also want y'all to realize something and recognize something. What is a protest on the weekend going to do? Who is that hurting? Who is it hurting? And because you're broadcasting it everywhere, the brick and mortar stores can close and just run online specials. It is amazing that folks can go from preparing and organizing in private and just popping out with some stuff when it comes to hatred. But when it comes to perceived or sold equity, They'll do anything and everything publicly, almost like they're intentionally sabotaging themselves. Have y'all not learned anything from January 6th? I mean, anything? They had groups on social media platforms and kept secrets. Now, did they tell on themselves afterwards? Yeah. But leading up to it, they knew when to meet, how to meet. Like, let's be real. They snuck a whole guillotine into DC. Yeah, they snuck a guillotine into DC. They had costumes, weapons, bullhorns, rope for nooses, you name it. They had signs. They had tools to break in. They had backpack. They was ready. And y'all were sitting here like, what do we do? How do we get together? Go ask your grandparents and your parents how they got together to try to stop desegregation. Go ask your grandparents and your parents how they tried to enforce and keep going the black codes. Go ask your parents and grandparents how they were able to keep chattel slavery on the legal books until the last presidential election. Go ask your parents and your grandparents how they were still keeping people enslaved and buying and selling whole people in these here United States up until a few years ago. So you got all your degrees and things. And they still say it was a peaceful protest. Yeah, they say that Black Lives Matter protests burnt down whole cities, but they don't say anything about a lot of these white college traditions where they have a week where they just go vandalize and destroy stuff. Or the tradition of, if your school wins this event, you get to tear up this block. Huh. Ugh. Okay, I'm getting easily defeated by a can. All right. So, the Little Caesars exclusive Mountain Dew Mango Rush, Mango Sweet Heat. As much as I love Mountain Dew, I'm a little skeptical about this. And I'm clogged up. So I may taste this fully, I may not. And before you go, what does you being clogged up have to do with you being able to taste? Smell and taste are connected. Generally speaking, unless you something wrong with you. If you can't smell it, you can't taste it. Why are we making drinks spicy? Mountain Dew, don't make me have to break up with you. And y'all just letting all these Mountain Dew flavors pop up and y'all don't be telling me about nothing. Two with tahini, it kind of. This is the least dew tasting dew I've ever had. Where's the heat? Yeah, you know the Baja Blast is still my favorite. I know you do, Inferno. I'm talking about the rest of them. I don't know where the heat is. I was hoping for a little bit of tahini secret, but it just tastes like prickly mango. Tastes like a diabetic mango. Mm. But and like I said, it looks like there are going to be some changes to the conference this weekend. So how that fits into me and my responsibilities, I don't know yet. But as soon as I know, I will let y'all know. But either way you slice it or dice it. Okay, now it's giving me the burpees. That's the only Mountain Dew I drink when I found out they made that flavor. I'm not complaining, dear. I was just expecting spice. It says spicy. No, just prickly diabetic mango. We'll try it again when I'm not so stuffy. All right. So, the one thing that y'all do love about this show, because okay, the Mountain Dew is making me hot. Ooh, Bull Doctor. Oh. Annabelle in the Discord, so cute. I need to get some more Bulldog noodles. Here we go. Taz Roulette. I got dried mango and tahini for after my workouts. A little sugar to pick me up. Ooh, that sounds delightful. It sounds delightful. I had some watermelon and tahini yesterday. Whew. As a pre-go to cook snack. Damn, that did sound a little big back. Okay. Again, I don't know any background on any of these. And I didn't watch any of these. Because I remembered, like, oh crap, we're doing the Friday thing today. So here we go.
I spent 3 years in prison for smuggling cocaine and kangaroos across the Mexico border. I'm coaching your kids because community service is part of my probation. Any questions or concerns from the 3 parents here?
A lot of parents here, so using a mic so you can hear me. I received 118 questions. Let's go through them. Will there be breaks so I can apply sunscreen to my baby boy? Look, please don't come onto the field during games to do that. Can Mason come out of the game to breastfeed? That boy's 8 years old. Okay, just give me the sign when you need him. Anything, I mean anything I can do so my boy starts. Okay, which mom said this one? Sorry, I assumed it was a mom. Just put your hand down, sir.
You know what? Not gonna lie, that is true. There were times that wasn't nobody running no background checks on who we were allowed to be left with. Um, and actually, I don't know why y'all are just now figuring out that fathers are some of the biggest floozies out there. Did I get the package today, Annabelle? Uh, today? I will go check the door at the next video. I don't. We're just here. We go. I don't know what's going. This one's a bit of a long one. This one says 354. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Hardly your. Wait, no, you can. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to put the cord to the mic up on the desk, and she came on the side of the desk. I panicked a little bit. Her head went right in between the cord. It's okay. Sorry. I know you're a big girl and you could have gotten out of it. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to get hurt. I know you're a big girl. I know you can handle your own. I'm sorry. Okay? You ain't got to do that. I said I was sorry. I thought you weren't going to be able to get I just didn't want you to be hurt. Okay, okay. they all said, hey, she mad at me because I thought she was going to get injured. Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't know what this one is, but here we go.
I knew it was a bad idea the second I heard the chainsaw rev, and we hadn't even set up the tent yet. Look, this was supposed to be a test camping trip. Backyard only. Safe. Controlled. No civilians. Just me and the boys. A simple night under the stars to bond. Yeah, that lasted 6 minutes. First problem? Jason doesn't understand what a backyard is. The man immediately wandered into my neighbor's shed, came back dragging a canoe over his shoulder like we were about to cross the Delaware. No lake, no water, just vibes. Meanwhile, Michael stood perfectly still, holding the tent upside down, for 20 straight minutes. Hey, Mikey, I said, trying to keep it together, you want to maybe rotate that 180 degrees? Nothing. Not even a twitch. Freddie, of course, is zero help. He's just lounging in a lawn chair, roasting marshmallows over a fire that I did not approve of. Oh, this is cute, he says. Real summer camp massacre energy. You got counselors hidden somewhere, or we freelancing tonight? Before I could answer, Art the Clown honks a horn behind me, and I turn around just in time to see him pull a live raccoon out of my cooler. My cooler. The raccoon looks just as confused as I am. Then Art just bites it. I'm not talking a nibble. I'm talking full-on, feral, cartoon crunch. There's fur, there's blood, there's a sound I will never unhear. Why? I yell. He shrugs. Jason, inspired for reasons unknown, grabs my garden hose and starts spraying everything like he's putting out a 5-alarm fire. Freddie waves his hand, and somehow the fire gets even bigger. Of course it does. Freddie's laughing so hard he falls backward, still holding a flaming marshmallow like it's a victory torch. Michael? Still holding the tent. Upside down. At this point, I'm trying to salvage anything. Okay, new plan. We skip the tent. We just sit around the fire and... Chainsaw. I slowly turn my head. Art is now revving a chainsaw he definitely didn't have 5 seconds ago, covered in raccoon blood, honking his horn between revs like it's a concert. Jason drops the hose and claps. Freddie stands up like he's watching fireworks. Now that's entertainment. And Michael finally moves. He takes one slow step forward and impales the tent, still upside down, directly onto the fire. Instant inferno. Flames shoot up, sparks everywhere. Half my yard is burning. Art's laughing silently while revving. Jason's stomping through the flames like it's a spa day. Freddie's yelling, 10 out of 10, as he falls to the ground again, laughing maniacally. And I'm just standing there, covered in ash, staring at what used to be my peaceful backyard. I pull out my phone, dial 911. Then I pause, look at the chaos, look at them, and hang up. Because honestly, this is still somehow the least stressful group hangout we've had all month. I yell, all right, boys, where are we going camping next week?
Hey, General Gambit, thanks for joining us. Well, you know what? Sounds like a... Yeah, I don't know why I expected it to go differently. Why did I think that this would turn into like something wholesome? There wasn't anything out there when I ran out Annabelle, so maybe it's still on its way. I don't know. I don't know why I keep trying to look and guess at these things. I don't know. Is this a teacher? I'm gonna guess. Camp Chaos for real. Yeah, I'm gonna guess this is a teacher. probably going to be a wrong guess. I'm not good at this. Not good at this at all. Would you? You're not helping. You are not.
I discovering this preacher, I think. His name is Bernie Mac. He's a bad word sometimes, but maybe this is his church style. I don't know. He say, "Hi, scary motherfuckers." He's talking to the demon, I think. "I'm blessed. I'm hung low. If I pull my stuff out, this whole room get dark. Kick it! You don't understand."
No, Mom.
Hmm?
I think you understand.
What?
I don't.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Of course. If he pulling his heart out, it's dark, and then Jesus can fix it.
Oh my God.
Why? That's not what he means?
No. No. Saturday morning, Nana. Ugh. Never have I ever thought anybody thought that Bernie Mac was a preacher. You know, given the things I've misunderstood in life, we're going to rock with it. And I thought that was a teacher. So, this, I don't. What is this? Is this decor? This like decorating tips? I don't know. I'm guessing. And I'm not good at this. Here we go.
Hello. Hello, we're the exorcists and we're here to help you guys.
Gerald!
What, Charlene?
They lesbians.
Charlene, I think I can see that. Leave them alone. They're happily married.
This is my sister.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We're still lesbians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like them small, brown, and pretty. I don't know what the fuck you looking at me for.
Okay, well, we're here to help cleanse your guys' house because y'all said y'all had some bad energy going on.
Yes, that's it.
So, happy Pride.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, how long does this saging process take?
Well, we usually sage until the demon can't breathe anymore and he runs out for air.
Oh, okay.
Well, that didn't take long.
Yeah, get your ass out these lesbians' house.
They're not fucking lesbians. They only told y'all that so y'all could give them a discount for Pride.
Gerald, I told you we need to stop giving out LGBT benefits.
So you guys lied to us?
No, we're lesbians.
Prove it. Fuck Charlene right now.
Whoa, you ain't got to do that. Give them the discount.
Not the demons snitching on them, saying they ain't even lesbian. Oh my goodness. Okay, Inferno, yes. We still remember what I thought the one video was grass. And there wasn't no grass in the whole video. I told you, I've never said I was good at this guessing thing. Would you stop hitting me? We're going to go sit outside in a minute. Demonic snitching, right? That was a quick discount. Hey, Linda. Okay. I don't know why I keep trying to guess on this. Are they dancing? Now, in these thumbnails, there's no movement. Okay, it's just a little bitty still. So I don't know. Well, I'm not with Puppers. I'm with Harley Pup, and she ran in the other room. Hold on. Oh, her Law and Order is off. Hold on. I'm almost done. I did not check to make sure she had enough Law and Order on here. I know she's innocent. I messed up. Okay, so we're gonna see this. Here we go.
Cause where the forks and spoons at? I know they just not walking out. So we gotta go to the club. Nice being all drinks on him tonight. All drinks on him? Let's go. Hey, Knife got us some shots. Shout out to Knife. But he want a threesome.
Dirty. We like family.
And I heard his dick was sharp.
You go first.
What?
Never going back home. I'm for the street. From Target. You want to treat me like I'm from Walmart?
Spoon Quisha, we ain't never going back. I'm not gonna be in nobody's mouth no more. Keep killing our fucking family like we came as a package deal. They throwing us all in the trash. Dancing for money. Do what you want me to do.
Get it for Kasha. Get it for Kasha.
We need more shots. Another round. You want that threesome?
Excuse me. Now we finally found out what happens to the forks and spoons that we can't find, and the knives. The knives out here tricking because they got it, and the forks and spoons is sneaking out. Thank you to the club, handing out threesomes for drinks. Well, y'all don't want to go. Y'all don't want to pay $40 for the good hose, and you don't want to go to the $10 house. I guess go down to the utensil bar. Forks and spoons free before. Why are you knocking the microphone over? You don't talk on the mic? If I move the camera down here, will you say hi to the people? I'm gonna move the camera. Yes, allergies. I'm gonna move the. Don't back up. You tried to talk in the mic. So I was gonna move the camera so that they could see you. Okay. She said no. No huff and puff. Oh, did y'all catch during the one video? This one over here did one of her mocking sneezes towards me. She ain't shit. No, I'm not. No, we're not doing that. I did go in there and turn Law and Order on. I'm sorry. That was on me. I didn't check to make sure. Is this a? I don't know what this is. Double set for ladies' night. Oh, this is ladies' night, and the forks is tight. Oh, this is ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Oh my goodness. You don't have to look at me all judgy either. I know. Hold on. Where's your tissue at? Yes, she has her own tissue. Okay. All right. Because I have to wipe her nose too. Well, I turned it on. I said I was sorry. Okay? I did not check before I came in here. I apologize. I did. Okay, I'm going to tell him. I'm telling. I'm going to tell him. Okay. Dear people of the radio and internet, I'm telling them. I, Taz J, but thank you, Lindsay, made a mistake and did not follow the order of operations for our schedule in this house. I did take a little nap before starting today's show. I walked past the TV and did not verify that there was Law and Order episodes playing for Madam Harley Pup. You don't have to huff and puff at me. And I'm telling them. And I just want to take this time and say that I'm sorry. And I won't do it again. I'm the little spoon. Hey, Annabelle. What? Was that good? Was that good enough? I told him what I did and I apologized. It will not happen again. Do you forgive me? Okay, thank you. Tight ship around here. Sheesh. Just we in the public shade now? That's what we're doing. Hold on. I know. Here's your tissue. Okay, there you go. What's Harley supposed to do without her law and order? Come in here and mess with me. Yes, Peppers is. Nana's and everybody else said hello, Harley. She said hi. Can you hear her tail hitting the back of the desk? She just is swinging it. I told him. You said I told him. Thank you. Please don't knock the microphone over. So it's a tight ship around here. Okay, now this one I have no idea what this is. So here we go.
I love a good conspiracy theory, especially a lighthearted one about food. Social media has been analyzing Guy Fieri on diners, drive-ins, and dives, aka Triple D. And y'all, these clips are basically showing Guy never eats the food. He takes a bite, he chews a couple times, he never swallows. They'll cut like 5 or 6 different times between the bite and they'll pan into somebody else's plate and they'll come back to him and he'll be wiping his mouth. One of the clips was so blatant, man. Guy he grabbed some with some chopsticks, bringing it to his mouth. The dude paused it. Guy had nothing on the chopsticks. It was empty, and he actually took a bite of nothing. I have been watching this show for years. I don't know how I never peeped it. Find me a clip, y'all. Find me a clip of Guy biting, chewing, and swallowing the food. You won't because it doesn't exist. Guy, you got us. I don't know how you pulled this off, bro.
Oh my God. You know what? So much makes sense now. So much makes sense now. Now I understand. Because I always wondered, one, how he would take a bite and immediately start raving about the food. They cut away, come back, and he's like breaking down what's in the food as if he wasn't just in the kitchen with them cooking it. But the restaurant owners or the cooks would just be looking at him. And I'm like, why aren't they more excited about somebody raving about their food? Because he wasn't really the one eating it. Now, his son, I do believe his son does eat the food. But it also makes sense on Guy's grocery games with the amount of food that they plate up. Because I'm like, if everybody's tasting it, including Guy, wouldn't they have to make 5 plates? Because they have one plate that's what you see as a final product when they scan it, and then the 3 judges, and then, but they only ever do 4. Like, why waste the food? Just get somebody else to come in and eat it. I don't know. That's just me, but gee, Guy, every time I learn something about you, it's not good. I don't know that. Oh, thank you. Okay, again, I'm not good at this. This dude about to, I think it, I don't want to say dude because I don't, why I think it's a dude. All I see is a hat, and, ladies and non-binary and folks they wear hats too. So let me not do that. Is this person about to sing? I don't know. But again, I'm not good at this. But Taz Roulette, here we go.
Can't stand my 12 baby daddies. Like, I dead ass cannot stand their
12? Hold up. Let me get this straight. You got 12 baby daddies. 12. And you...
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're going to start that back over. Because my ears popped. And I'm not sure if I heard what I think I heard. Holly, what did you hear? Because let's start that over. White lady, what did you say?
Can't stand my 12 baby daddies. Like, I dead ass cannot stand their
12? Hold up. Let me get this straight. You got 12 baby daddies. 12. And you hate all 12 of their ass. Wow. Yeah, you're not the problem. They the problem. Yeah. You hate your baby daddies, and your poon hates you. That shit probably get depressed every time you ovulate. If you got 12 baby daddies, how many kids you got? That's like a different baby daddy every month of the year. Your shit probably look like a fucking UFC octagon. I walk into a crib, there's kids everywhere. Probably got a jungle gym in the kitchen. I can't tell if this is a fucking house, a fucking daycare, or a motherfucking pep rally. You can't even make eye contact and wink at this chick if she miss a period. You probably got that fire though. Matter of fact, I know you got that fire. You wanna know how I know? I hate that. I'm playing. I know, cause your 12th baby daddy hit it. Knowing you had 11 kids, and he still ain't pull out. When a motherfucker do some shit like that, you got that fire. Anyway, but I'm just talking shit. This ain't none of my motherfucking business. I am not one of the chosen 12 disciples. I wish you and your family the best of luck.
It's Pride Month. Y'all know I'm gay as hell. I'm about to be real gay right now because the gay part of me, I don't care how tantalizing and tasty your Cuda biscuit is. I don't want none of it, okay? You got a platoon in the house that you got to feed. You responsible for them. That's 12. This asking, do I got games on my phone? They want a snack. No. You're not even a snack no more, ma'am. You're not even a buffet. You are the bread that gets put on the table because evidently everybody gets a bite. What you mean? 12 baby daddies. And you talk about you can't stand none of them. None of them? You couldn't figure out if you liked people before you had a dozen? No, we say as uterus bears that we bake kids. They wouldn't say, oh, Jesus Christ. Look, you weren't supposed to create Hansel and Gretel over and over and over again. You weren't supposed to be the oven. When we said you the birthday, we wasn't meaning this. Would you know what, ma'am, turn your undercarriage into a graveyard. Don't, no, you are walking labor and delivery. You, what? You, what? 12? You don't believe in just dating somebody? You couldn't suck a little dick? That's a classroom full of kids. I know motherhood, parenthood is a job, but girl, that's a factory job. What did you? Can we reboot you? Can we control alt delete you back to factory set? Like what? Like I know how the human vagina works. I know it snapped back. But right now I'm about to sound like an incel man. Girl, did it snap back? Because after a while, your Cooter biscuit got to be like, I'm just letting everything fall through. She like doing this, so everything just fall through. Good, you don't believe in anal? Those kids walked out of there, no pushing. Exactly. 12 kids. Well, at 12 kids, you are tax exempt. She is a nonprofit organization at this point. What? My mom was one of 13, all the same daddy. Yeah, but DJ, that's all the set. Like, and to the men, what was you like? Look, I've said this for years. Okay, I don't have sympathy for people after a certain number of baby mama, baby daddy, because, especially the custodial parents. So you walked in, you go on a date, y'all talking, ha ha ha. Even if she covered that she got all them kids, at some point you get to go into each other's house doing stuff together. So you walk in, baby daddy number 5, and we're assuming it's one kid per baby daddy. Okay, we're assuming no multiple births, and then she was just, one and done with everybody and monkey barred to the next one. But like baby daddy 4 and 5, what was y'all thinking? And he's talking about she got that 5. She had that 5. She wouldn't have 12 baby daddies, maybe 12 kids, because a dude will get a little stupid. We talk about women getting dickmatized, stigmatized, okay? Some of the men be craving the cheddar bay biscuit more than they want anything else, okay? They'll be looking for her battered pudding in the daylight with flashlights, lanterns, and lit candles. She's not gawking, right? Like, what are you doing? Are you turkey bastering yourself? Are you trying to manipulate them into a relationship? How did we get here? All them kids ain't supposed to be here. Your uterus said this the last time. Your ovaries said no more. Don't you do nothing like that. You just a whore. Like, what in what? No. Them sugar walls is diabetic right now. Them is Splendor walls right now. Them is, no. Jesus. What you mean? How you, and you mad at this? And you're not even looking raggedy. What? I know. She got 12. They ain't coming to our house, baby. They're not. No, I know you got concerned. They not coming here. She was making too many milkshakes. But Jesus, what? Do you have 12 baby daddies because you never wanted to go get the DNA test? And it's 12 possibilities? Was you just throwing that ass in a circle? And you got pregnant and now you mad? Because, hey, before you judge me for saying that, there's a heifer on TikTok right now. I don't know if it's true, if she's saying it for a storyline, for a check, or not. But she says she is sex worker doing the OnlyFans, and she do it raw, and she done got knocked up, and she don't believe that it's her husband, and she doing all these DNA tests. Now, I think it's a skit because she's on the internet going through all of this, and anybody could take the videos and show it to her husband like, your wife's a whore. But hey, people do it. We had a great pool. Do you want to join? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Nana J. She's just wide open spaces. Okay, here we go. All right, we got one more left. I think. I don't know. Yeah, okay. This one. What? All right, okay. I'm out. I'm gonna get you one. Hold on. This was a bit long, I think. This one says 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay. What? Okay. I will get you a treat since I forgot your Law and Order. Dang it. Oh, hey. Yes, Annabelle. I'm coming. Stop beating me up. I said I'm gonna get you one. I said I'm sorry. You abusive.
So I've been having a relationship with my aunt.
Wait. Wait, hold on. Flag of the play. Your mother's sister?
My father's sister.
Your father's sister. Sheesh. How old? How much older is she than you?
She's only 10 years older than me.
How did this start?
We was at a picnic, had a couple of drinks. Then she said something wild like, "Yeah, you know, if you wasn't my nephew," and I was like, "Well, what that got to do with it?"
Oh no, y'all both okay. So she threw a flag on the play, and then you picked up the flag and threw a bigger one.
So this
She
is an
bad
ongoing
though.
thing.
She bad though.
Yeah, but she's your dad's sister.
Oh my gosh, that's auntie. But you grew up knowing her your
Listen.
whole life.
We ain't trying to have no kids.
Things happen.
What's the okay? It's 10
So
years.
if they did have a kid, that would be
his uncle son. Wait,
I would be Uncle Daddy.
Oh no!
Like Claude.
Oh my
Uncle Daddy.
gosh. What if the family found out?
What's the age difference? So you said 10 years apart. How are we talking?
10 years, yeah. So
You be
I'm
cousin
29.
Daddy, you
She's
nasty.
49.
That's 20 years. You
I
said-
mean, I'm 29. She's 39.
Oh, I was like, that's definitely not 10. So, but you've known her your whole life, so she knew you since she was a little like baby.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't old enough to watch me or nothing, but you know, like when I got older, I ain't gonna lie, I looked at her a couple of times, and then she threw the flag, and I just picked it up and threw a
That's so
bigger
creepy.
flag. Like,
When are you gonna end this? Oh wow, he's
soon,
not.
soon,
You're not
because I got a girl too.
You have a
girlfriend? Oh my gosh, she'll never suspect.
Wait. You cheated on your girlfriend with your aunt.
I didn't mention that part, but yeah, something like that.
Do y'all go on like family vacations?
That's wild.
Nah, but we see each other at picnics.
This is modern day Maury. Are we Maury now, Angela?
Maury. Is your aunt married?
She is not.
Okay.
Well, at least she's
But
not a
she has
cheater.
a kid. She has 2 kids.
She has 2. All right, so that you could be your cousin's dad.
Stepdaddy, cousin stepdaddy.
Oh, girl, throw the whole family
okay.
away.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. No judgment.
That gives a whole new meaning to step cousin. You looking at her, she looking at you, and y'all decide, yeah, it's a good idea to bump uglies. I'm going to say this. People know y'all having sex. And for those that are confused, I'm going to let y'all in on something. A lot of times, you think you're doing a good job of hiding who you bumping uglies with. Who you are swapping other carrot juices with. You're not. You're not. Because when you are intimate with somebody, no matter how much you try to hide it and deny it, the way y'all look at each other tells the tale. But he don't want to cut it off. And why get a girlfriend? Why get a girlfriend? Hey, Lucette. Why get a girlfriend? I cannot stand people who do that. Because there are so many times when I'm looking up stories for Portrait of No Judgment, and I come across people who have these love interests. They're like, oh yeah, this is the love of my life. And they will go date, get engaged to, and marry somebody else and still keep the other person on the set. Why are y'all hiding this relationship? And it won't be like, oh, they got together under these circumstances. There's no reason why. But here's the thing, you done called into the radio. So this is how you wanted to end. You knew you couldn't end it. So you calling in, somebody gonna recognize your voice. You getting your ass whooped today. You getting your ass whooped today. And your aunt, I hope she can fight. Because she about to be put through the American Gladiator Gauntlet. They about to meet her up and down. Because it don't matter how old you were when this started. They're going to whoop her. You going to get your tail whooped too. Y'all going to be, yep. You wanted her to be your Mrs. Pac-Man? If you know, you know. Yep, y'all about to... They about to take you to the king. You won't have much to bring. Your eyes will be blacked out. That's the offering. You took her to the throne. You leaving here alone. What? How are you out of breath? What? No, you got one snack, and I know you didn't eat it. I know you just hid it. No, you manipulated me the other day into giving you 2 snacks back to back. Absolutely not. No, we're gonna go outside in a little bit. Don't quit hitting me. Don't you start. I promise I'm gonna tell on you. What do you want? There's no. Oh my goodness. It's empty. Oh, things I go through. See? You see it? It's empty. Do you think I'm gonna eat it? Rude, okay? Rude. I eat a lot of snacks, but I'm not eating your snacks. That was rude. Empty, okay? Got a whole nother one over there. But this one is empty. Sheesh. Man. Was you somebody's mama in another lifetime? You're probably an accountant. You're giving accountant energy. Mom finna beat the brakes off her sister. Yeah. Wait, no, it's dad's sister. Mom, yeah, and mom probably didn't like her in the first place. They'll come out like, let's get ready to rumble. Wanda, come on out the house. Wanda, come on out. Come on out. Now, babies, we know you love your mama, but you gonna want to stay in the house for this. You don't want none of this. You don't. No, see, you know, Auntie Charlene from church service. This ain't gonna be nothing holy about this. Stay your ass in the house. Wanda, come catch these hands. You pray all you want. Yeah, on your mama, you about to join it. Come on. We about to beat your ass in the sanctuary. Okay, now into the show maintenance day. Yesterday, I don't know why I thought yesterday was Wednesday, but today is Wednesday. So tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, you can catch Rouse High Exalted if that's what you partake in, or if you want some relationship advice, you can check out Pastor Gia and Heart to Heart. Pastor Gia you'll be able to listen to at GCPR.live or on the GCPR Android or Apple app. Rouse High Exalted you can view on YouTube at GCPR Radio, and you can see and listen to Pastor Gia for Heart to Heart at GCPR Radio on YouTube as well. Tonight at 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central, we will continue with Learning Through Literature with Taz. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Lovely One by Ketanji Brown Jackson. Tuesday, Thursday is Not My Type by E. Jean Carroll. If you missed the first chapters of both, you can go over to YouTube at TazJ77. Go to either playlist, Lovely One and or Not My Type, and get caught up there. Moving forward. I do regularly participate in being exhausted. Yes, my brain is exhausted. Hey, Medusa. If you're in the Tazisms Discord in story time, there's all that information, plus links to the Diary of a Willing Widow and Memoir of a Mistress Wife. There are 2 parts up to that. More parts will be added next week. There are updates on YouTube at TashJ77 for the Epstein/Maxwell files and for the Kirk conspiracy regarding information surrounding the latest hearing regarding the alleged murder of Charlie Kirk. Also in Sound of Coffee Discord and Tazism Discord in the mutual aid sections is the information regarding United Way /211 for those that need help with housing, food, clothing, and employment and transportation getting to and fro. They can help you and a plethora of other things, and how to get in contact with them is listed there. If you are a member of the Villains Guild and or Outcast Nation, please drop me a message with your email address in there. Got some updated information to get out to you all. Like I said, either later tonight or earlier in the morning, I will have finalized information regarding my portion of the conference. You will still get womanism and white supremacy. That is my portion for my keynote. Meet and greet will be altered, obviously, because like right now I'm sweating due to a low grade fever, but we're gonna get her done. What? Okay, I'm sorry. And again, Harley Pup says hello. I'm gonna get you a camera and a microphone. That's what I'm gonna do. Glad you like it, DJ. And I'm putting together a whole directory for mutual aid and all that good stuff. So I'm going to try to match the information provided to what is needed at the time. Going to do my best to do it. Do keep in mind the next couple weeks you will be presented the opportunity to apply for the mutual aid board that will help with get organizing fundraisers to fund the benevolent fund, overseeing monies that are brought in, who receives monies, all of those good things. Okay. Tomorrow. DJ said hi, Harley Pop. Nana and DJ, I've got some mock-ups. Thank you, Mrs. Loud. She says stop plotting. I've got a mock-up I'm gonna send y'all tomorrow. Just let me know what you think, any changes, all that jazz. Really? I thought we were over. Did y'all hear that? I thought we were over that. I thought we were over you mocking me. Don't. That's rude. It's not very ladylike. It really isn't. Thank you, Nan J. Nan J heard you. She did. Don't look at me like I did it. Don't get from behind the chair. I'm sorry. chair. It's never a dull moment at this time. It just. Now she'd have rented the other room. Oh my god. You back? You done hiding? Yeah, I think we'll try this again when I'm not congested. The more I drink it, the more I can get. I'm getting a touch, a taint of the sweet heat. Like, yeah, she did have, like, it wasn't me. She heard you sneezing on the counter. It wasn't me. Yeah. All right. Oh, I know. There were back orders from the Tazism shop. Cat Booty Coffee merch did go out. I think we're holding on Surviving Carlos, Be Bold, and Our Good Girl. And I'm waiting on word back from the distributors from there. So I heard there was an issue with dye, so I don't know. But as always, any more updates I get, I bring to y'all. And yes, I'm still continuing the voting rights series. It was brought to my attention. I did dump a lot of information out at once, so I figured I'd give it a couple days. Excuse me. Before I put more information up. But daily history is still available at TikTok at TashJ15. If you don't like it broken up into parts, or you like to, some people like to do it at the end of the week and just watch, you can go to the racism journey or travel through history with Taz playlist for history content on YouTube at TazJ77. Whew. Yeah, so the Harley is innocent. So yeah, that's the Harley is innocent is the hold on. Is the Our Good Girl merch. It's the only way I could get it to stay up. Because they kept taking it down. I don't know why they had an issue with me putting her face up there. Like I was doing something disparaging, but I don't know. People is the weird. So I have been having issues every couple of months. Before it was due to tariff stuff, and I'd get a notification. That's what I would take screenshots of and put out for people. Ever since this stupid war, I don't know what's going on. And I need to verify there is a story. I'm trying to figure out who I can verify it through, but quite a few my brain just went blank. Truck drivers and people working on cargo ships. I don't know why my brain's have talked about there being a backlog. So I don't know. Cannot confirm at the moment. I have to figure out who I can confirm through. So, but as always, thank you all for joining. Thank you. What are you doing? Why you guys gotta be ridiculous? No, go put your bed back. We're done. We're gonna go outside. Go put your bed back. This girl gonna be comfortable no matter what. She's turned around one day. She had the bed in here just laying down looking up at me like I'm comfortable. What about you? So, for those listening in at GCPR.live or on the Android or Apple apps for GCPR, thank you for listening in. For everyone else listening and watching from all around the social media sphere, thank you. And as always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Go out, be good, or as Twin says, be good at it.
GCPR, radio shining bright, goes copper.